Say hello, everybody. It's Vitali here at OG Gamers Live, home of Red Barn Productions, and we're back one more time. I don't normally do reaction videos, and I sure enough don't like putting up two in one day. But we're going to cover one that's really blown up, and everybody's been asking my thoughts on it, and I've just kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit. And that's Oliver Anthony's "Richmond, North of Richmond," and uh, for those that are just tuning into this channel and don't know, I am a current voting member of the Grammys, but probably not for much longer. So, anyway, we will not be doing any commentary during the performance. We will let that song play in its entirety, and then we'll have the commentary afterward. And I'll tell you a little bit about my story and what I'm dealing with and why this song resonates so deeply with me. And I'm gathering a lot of people in the world, all over the world. So let's get to it.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, north the rich men. I wish politicians would look out for miners, and not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, north the rich men. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Man, that song, I mean, it pretty well says it all. And there's been a lot of controversy over this song. I mean, mainstream media, they want you to think that it's the right wing anthem, and just some of it's ridiculous, you know. But let's get back to the song. There's a few things I want to touch on that a lot of people tried to stir up controversy over where he's talking about food stamps, and if you're 5'3" and 300 pounds, he's just using that example as people that are abusing their benefits, abusing the system. As somebody who dealt with the system, trying to get help and couldn't get any, for those that don't know, my wife passed away last May, after a long illness. She had 16 plus major strokes starting back in 2012, and they denied her from day one for her Social Security, her disability, Medicaid, Medicare, and we fought with them for 10 years from the day it started till the day it died. She never received any benefits. My teeth aren't bad because I do drugs and stuff. That's a story for another day. Never could get no help. We literally went broke trying to take care of her and pay doctor bills and survive. So that hits hard with me, and it hits hard with a lot of people that worked hard and paid taxes, and they see people abusing the system, and then when they need help, they don't get any. The other thing that they tried to strip controversy over was miners. A lot of people were talking about the coal miners. Now, I can't claim to know exactly what he was thinking about when he wrote that line, but the fact that he says miners on an island somewhere leads me to believe that he's talking about our children. Miners on an island, so I think he's referring to Epstein. Epstein didn't kill himself, and he sure didn't. There's just so much going on in my life that it's went from bad to worse, and I'm going to use this song kind of as a platform to tell my story, because I don't think I'll be here much longer to tell it, and I don't know that there'll be anybody to tell the story when I'm gone. It's not that I'm suicidal or anything; I'm going under. It all goes back to before my wife died. Then when we carried her to the hospital, because I thought she'd had another stroke. She'd been falling for a long time, and she had bruising going on, and I was so tired that I missed a lot going on around me. Anyway, everything was fine when I left the hospital. They put her on hospice, and it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and my son had been in a car wreck and broke his leg and had surgery, and I was having to go over to his house and tend to him.
Hi.
How you doing?
My son was in that car.
Your son?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all know where they are?
I'd come home, tend to my wife, go tend to him. I was just wore plumb out. I'm not a young man anymore. And I thought she'd had another stroke. I called the ambulance, took her to the hospital. Everything was fine. They put her on hospice. I said, I'll be up here first thing in the morning. This was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I needed to come home and get a little sleep, check on my son, tell him what was going on. 7 a.m., called up her, and they started denying that she was there. And what they did is, after I left, they called Adult Protective Services. Adult Protective Services then called the sheriff's office because she had bruising and stuff. And they denied me, my children, my wife's family, everybody access to her until she died. She died May 20th on a Friday morning, and they wouldn't let any of us in the hospital. They wouldn't let us see her. In fact, they didn't even notify anybody of her death. And I had finally, me and the sheriff's investigator was going round and round because I'd already talked to a couple lawyers and told them what was going on. And anyway, the next Monday, the Monday after the 20th, I started. I called the hospital. I called Adult Protective Services. I called the sheriff's office. I kept getting around. And finally, about 1:30, 2:30 Monday afternoon, I said, "Look, enough's enough. My wife is seriously ill, and as far as I know, she's dying because y'all put her on hospice, and y'all can either let me in to see her and tell me what's going on, or I'm getting a lawyer and we're going to a judge." Then they decided to let me know that my wife passed away. In the sheriff's office, the investigator tried to blame it on the medical examiner's office, and the medical examiner's office tried to blame it on the sheriff, and then they tried to blame it on the hospital. The hospital didn't notify anybody. The doctor attending her didn't notify anybody. The sheriff's investigator didn't notify anybody. Adult Protective Services didn't notify anybody. The medical examiner's office didn't notify anybody, and that's against the law, called failure to notify. Anyway, instead of admitting, hey, we made a mistake, the sheriff's investigator doubled down and went and lied to two different judges and got warrants, got me arrested, and charged me with murder. I spent 64 days in jail for a crime I didn't commit. And while I was in jail, I got robbed. They destroyed my studio, stole everything of value, stole all my live sound equipment. We've already talked about this before on the channel. They stole my van, wrecked my van. I got my van back, but it's undrivable. And I can't get a job. Nobody will talk to me until I clear my name. And I'm going under. And that's why that song hits so hard. Because I've been fighting the system for longer than I care to think about, and getting nowhere. And nobody cares. And those that care can't help. Anyway, I'm leaving out a bunch. There's still so much more we can talk about, like losing the property to taxes, which is what I'm going through right now, and on and on and on. But, folks, that's my story. And what's sad is it's a true story. As bad as that is, what makes it even worse for me is that I know, as bad as my life is, that there are people who have it as bad or worse and are really going through it. And when you hear these stories on why these songs of Oliver Anthony's are hitting home and resonating, it's heartbreaking. And I think that's why he's blowing up. I'm going to put a link in the video description below. Y'all go click that like, that subscribe, go follow that guy, and y'all protect him, because the system will do everything they can to destroy him if they get the chance. I'm telling you right now. Till next time, y'all stay safe wherever you are in the world today, and I'm out of here.